What's up, everybody? My name is Parasite. Welcome back to the Tactic Tester with Bayer Leverkusen. Today we have Gladbach in the Bundesliga and Istanbul Basaksehir in the second knockout round of the Europa League. We're up 1-0 from the first leg, so hopefully we can get a comfortable victory. Our second leg is at home, so a home game against a team that didn't get a single home goal. We have an away goal. Hopefully that should mean victory. In terms of the other games we played, started off with Feyenoord in the second leg of the first knockout round of the Champions League. We beat them 2-0, another comfortable victory. I assumed based on our away victory, we'd get a comfortable victory at home, and it was pretty comfortable. We then played pretty poorly against Hoffenheim. I mean, we had a sending off in the 58th minute, but we were down 1-0 already. But Arias decided he wanted to two-foot a dude just for the heck of it. We then actually scored in the 87th minute, and I thought, oh my, we might take this extra time or penalties, that'd be great. And they scored immediately afterwards. On the kickoff after the goal, they scored. And they put it away. We were not going to come back into that game. Eros, idiot. We then played the first leg of Istanbul Basaksehir in the second knockout round. We won 1-0 thanks to a penalty. We weren't that good. You see, our front three was absolutely horrific. Diaby, Paulinho, and Schick played, and they were just absolutely not even classified as footballers. They were so bad. So hopefully we can get better in this second leg. And hopefully we get better performance against Gladbach. Obviously, Paulinho's, I just gave him a chance because Bellarabi had been absolutely horrific. And Paulinho is worse. So he's not going to keep his spot. Diaby, because Baye was coming back from an injury. He wasn't fully fit. So Diaby played and he was awful. So hopefully the starting wingers can actually do something. Not Diaby, but Bellarabi has done absolutely nothing this season. He's been so bad. Averaging a 6.91 isn't terrible, but yeah, it's not good. Baye's actually not going to be able to be fit for this one because he got another small injury, so he's not fully fit for this match. Demirbay is also not fully fit, but I'm going to play him anyways because he's our best player, and he's the only player that plays well consistently on this team. Everyone else is very inconsistent or just very bad. Vindel has to start because Lars Binder's hurt. He's out for 8 days to 2 weeks. So that's obviously a ridiculous downgrade because Wendell is one of the worst players I've ever seen in this game. He can't average higher than a 6.6. I don't know if it's possible for him to average higher than a 6.6. He's just so bad. I mean, I guess I've seen one worse player. Daly St. Graven is a worse player, but Wendell's really freaking bad. So that's very unfortunate, but we have to start him. We don't have any other options really. Weiser's not fully fit, otherwise he'd probably start, but he's not fully fit for this match either, so what we've got to go with. The rest of it's kind of the expected squad. Sven Bender gets in over Jedvaj just because I like Bender a little bit more. Jedvaj's quicker and a little bit better offensively, but Bender's just such a good defender. He's done well this season. I'm going to give him the nod. He's getting fully matched sharp, so I feel comfortable giving him the nod. Bellarabi's going to get another chance on the right wing. A 6.72 in his last 5 is just awful. Especially because he's had like some 7s in there. A 7.3, a 6.9, and a 6.8, and he's still on a 6.7. Because his other 2 games were absolutely horrific. Hopefully we can see better from our front 3 or front 4, because Demirbay hasn't really scored either, but he's played well. He just hasn't scored. But hopefully we can see better from them. We need it, because we need a win here. We've lost our last game in the Bundesliga, so we need a win to turn that around. Who knows if we'll actually be able to get it. They're a good team, so Gladbach, yeah, that's a pretty strong roster. I don't know who Haberer is, but I know the rest of their squad. The rest of their squad's pretty good. Looks like Lazar's going to play the right winger. We owe Gladbach after what happened in our last match. Go out there and get revenge. So we must have lost to them last time. I didn't remember our last meeting, but must have lost. I mean, we lost to a lot of teams earlier in this season, so. You're second in the Bundesliga form table after a good recent run. Does that help ahead of kickoff? Now's the time to focus. We can't be lulled into a false sense of security about our good form. Gladbach's recent struggles have them 13th in the Bundesliga form table. Is this a chance to pile in the misery? Only a fool would disregard their ability in favor of form. They're a good team who are likely to be dangerous trying to arrest this slide. 13th isn't terrible. That's like, they have 1 loss and 1 draw in their last 5. They're doing pretty dang well. So this is not going to be an easy victory. Based on our form, this should be a loss, because we seem to win and lose every other game. So based on that, this should be a loss, but Augsburg are now 5 points ahead of us, but we have a game in hand. I don't know if we're going to be able to get that second place. Augsburg are just ridiculous on this game for some reason. Like, they shouldn't be good. I've looked at their squad, and it's pretty awful, but they just play way above their attributes. As we give the ball away on a throw-in, Dude, throw-ins are so bad this year. After they changed the long throws, like the short throws are terrible. I realize why no one never used short throws before. Because they give them to the other team more often than they give them to your own team. As Schick is through, and he finds a goal. I didn't think he'd be able to score from that angle, but a good finish with his left foot across the keeper. I thought he'd have to go near post and the keeper would be able to get to it, but he goes across the face of the keeper and finds the back of the net. Tapsoba passes the ball up to the left-hand side to Diaby, and I think he had the ball through. And Schick with his left foot across the keeper, great finish, right into the bottom corner. Just barely inside of the post. He's not offside. I don't need to watch it again. Great goal. Now we just need to defend. I just realized I forgot to set our wingers. I almost always forget. We need Zakaria on the left winger, Kramer on the right winger. They might already have it set because I have him set for left center mid and right center mid, Mark's position, but I just don't trust it to work. Zakaria, wait. Is that right? Zakaria on the right? I need to double check. Kramer on the right. Zakaria on the left. You'll be man marking Kramer. You will be man marking Zakaria. And now we can hopefully defend better. They haven't had a shot yet, though, so good first 6 minutes from us defensively, but let's see, are they marking them? That's Dimmerby. Looks like they are marking them. As they score, Vindel is actually marking Thuram. That was far too easy. I was trying to focus who was marking who, and Liner just had the easiest shot of his life. I don't know what we're doing defensively, but it's not good enough. Like, he's just... Arias, where are you going? You do realize you're playing left back now, right? Because you're not playing right back, so you can move out. You don't have to be playing right back. I don't know why he's playing on the right-hand side. Like, I understand, following that guy makes his run, but then go back to your position. Don't just move to some other random position because you feel like not playing left back anymore. That was awful. I want to pull him for that. He's solely responsible for that goal. Oh, I so want to rage sub right now. I so want to rage sub. Just absolute incompetence. We finally have another highlight in the 41st minute. It's going to start with their throw-in. They always seem to find a way to throw it to their own team. I don't know why we can't, but toss the ball to Vindel. Oh, don't give the ball away, please. Oh, good gosh. And Baumgartlinger gives it away. So, someone was destined to give that ball away. Vindel wins it back, though. Probably the best play he's ever made, and he loses the ball immediately. That is very Vindel of him. Or Windle, I don't know. I don't know if it's Windle. I don't know if it's like a V or a W. I don't care. He sucks. As Thuram looks like he hits against the side netting. Nothing attack. I don't know why that was a highlight, because nothing happened. Dimmerby's already tired, but Arias is taking a knock. I hope your leg falls off. Thrash arms, I'm far from pleased. Give Arias a start for the second half. See if he can come back into fitness. Doesn't look like he's going to. He gets back a little bit, so I'll keep him out there for now. As Schick somehow has a wide open net and he hits the post. He is so inconsistent. Like, he can score some amazing goals, but he's missed so many open nets, I can't believe it. Like, I've never seen a single player miss an open net more than Schick has this season. He's missed like 3 or 4 chances where he's legitimately had an open net and he missed it. He is so weird. He's such a weird player. That's an easy through ball to Schick, but he misses that too. Probably should be scoring that as well. That is a pretty easy chance. Basically one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Has an entire side of the net to shoot for, and he misses. Arias is exhausted now. He has to come off. Pfizer's going to come on. He might be tired, but he's going to come on nonetheless. Bellarabi has gotten awful yet again. We need a right... Like, if I was going forward in this series, right winger would be the first signing I make. Obviously, right back is a pretty important signing too, but I think Bender does well enough there. But Bellarabi is horrific, and Paulinho might be worse. So we definitely need a right winger at this team. I don't know why they've stuck with Bellarabi for so long, because he's never been a good player. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, there's a reason they're always like 5th or 4th. It's because they have Bellarabi as a starter. A Schick finds the back of the net. Enough raging about Bellarabi being a terrible footballer. Schick is a decent footballer. He finds the back of the net finally. He might have missed that first 2 chances or last 2 chances, but he finds the back of the net here. A nice finish, a lot of power on the finish as well. As the game is frozen, come on. Come on. You can do it. There we go. Binder with the throw into Diaby. Gets tackled, but he keeps on to it. Weiser with the ball back to Demirbay. Does Demirbay get the assist? Of course he does. Looks like the keeper might have got a slight hand to that as well, but not enough to keep the ball out. Looks like he was barely onside. Just barely. Whoever this is keeping him on. Can't click on Ben Sabaini is keeping him on. Demirbay is exhausted. He has to come off. Miri can come on. Baumgartlinger's tired and on a yellow. Guess I'll bring on Aaron Geese. I'm actually going to do something a little cheeky. I'm going to move Binder to defensive midfielder and bring on Yedvai. I think that's the best change to make. Keep defensively solid there. We need to not be attacking anymore. Tell them to focus. Waste time. Make a time-wasting sub here in a couple of minutes. Diaby will come off. Frimpong can't play there. I guess Bai has to play a little bit. Go for another couple of minutes. Make one last sub. Window's been terrible. Actually, I'm out of subs. Never mind. See this game out. Looks like we're going to get the victory. Go 2 minutes over what should have been called, but we do get the victory. 2-1 win. I don't know if it was deserved. Like, we barely had the XG advantage, but they had more shots on target. They had 7 of their 8 shots were on target. I just wish we could ever be that clinical. Unfortunately, they didn't score many of them, which Livakovic only got a 6.9 for saving 6 shots, but yeah, that wasn't the most impressive game. I mean, we were away from home against a top 10 side, but I would expect a little bit more from the team than that. I'm not happy with your performance. I'm not. It wasn't good enough. Patrick Schick's dramatic late goal was something for you to savor. How do you rate this moment? It wasn't more or less than we deserved. It disappointed me that it was so long coming. We should have wrapped up the game far earlier. That wasn't a good enough performance for me. Weiser's out 1 to 3 days. Schick gets man of the match. 2 goals. Superb. Next, we got Istanbul Basaksehir in 4 days. I really want to win the Europa League, so I'm really hoping for a good result there. I'm hoping we show up, so let's see. We are back for the Istanbul Basaksehir match. It's pretty much the same lineup that played last match, except Mitchell Weiser comes in for Wendel. He's not fully fit, but Wendel's such a bad player. I have to bring in a competent player. Weiser's played well his last 5 games, or Weiser has played well his last 5 games. Wendel has not. 6.46 in his last 5. He's just a tragically bad player. So I'm going to give Weiser the shot. He might be tired, but he's still going to play. I need a good player. I can't put another crapper out there. An absolute garbage player. I can't put him out there. Like, I'd just be asking to lose. And this is a very important game to win. I was hoping to get second in the Bundesliga, but I was really hoping to win the Europa League. I think we can. It just depends on where we're able to play well, if our guys are going to be in form. If we need our front 3 to be in form if we're going to win the Europa League. And Schick has been. Neither of the other 2 have. Bellarabi's 6.56. I'm going to warn him about his recent form. You have to start playing to a higher standard if you want to be in the first team. 6.56 is just horrific. Like, somehow Wendel's even worse, but Bellarabi's been absolutely awful. Let's get into this game. See how we can do. We only have 11 substitutes, but we don't have his 12th substitute available, so we're going to go with 11 subs. I'm going to say the first leg means nothing now. This is a brand new match, and we've got to make sure we win it. It's motivated most of them. Bellarabi, Demirbay, both need a little bit more motivation. Save my faith. Bellarabi, you're just... I just want to rage sell him. He's just so bad. As you prepare to face Istanbul Basaksehir, are you happy with Sven Binder's performance as a central defender? Yeah, he'll carry on doing his thing. I'm not the sort of manager to fix what isn't broken. Can you talk about Leon Bailly's versatility and how important it is? I think every manager wishes they had a player like him. 2 wins in our last 2. Breaking the run we've been on of losing every other game. So hopefully we can keep that going and win this one. We are at home. They're in decent form as well, but we should be much better than they are. This is Istanbul Basaksehir. There's not one of the big boys of Turkey. This is Istanbul Basaksehir. Surely we should be able to win this. This looks like they're going to start off with the first highlight, though. From kickoff, there's going to be an immediate highlight. Hopefully it's not one of theirs. Is that Nasser Chadli? Is that Nasser Chadli? I'll see on when the next break is, but that might be. I don't know any other Chadli. I didn't even realize it in the team screen. I mean, that's a pretty decent player if they have Nasser Chadli, but we should still be better. As we're going to give the ball away pretty quickly in our first attack. Arias is going to wind up with it, though. Arias looking to dribble to the right-hand side. I think that was going wide, but that was a great save by the goalkeeper. Like, I think it was going wide, but that was an amazing job to save that. That was going to be close, so he had to get a hand on it, and he did. What are you doing, Bayer? Gives the ball away far too easily in a dangerous area. And he slides in and at least wins the ball. That's going to be the end of the highlight. It is Nasser Chadli. Yeah, he's pretty decent. I mean, our players are better, but he's pretty decent. Giuliano, is he any good? He's okay. We now have a chance in the 18th minute. They have a chance, actually. And Livakovic is going to get to it. That was a weak header from them. They were in a pretty good spot, really, but pretty poor headed attempt. If we could just keep this a 0-0, I'd be fine with that. I'd take a 0-0, getting through to the second leg or the next round, just on a easy 0-0, the 1-goal advantage and away from home. Don't let them score. If they score more than 1 goal, we're gonna be out because we can't score more than that against this team. Like, we've not been a great scoring team recently. As Bayer finds the back of the net, it's about freaking time. His 6th goal of the season, but the first one he's had in like 2 months. I legitimately think he's gone 2 months without a goal. Part of it because of injuries. Part of it because he just sucks. He's the worst good player I've ever used. Like, it says he should be really good. He's just very average. He's a extremely, like, painfully average player. He's having one of his best games of the season, but still, it doesn't take away from how average he is. I just realized again we forgot to move our wingers to marking their midfielders. I think it automatically does it. I'm gonna see if it does. Bellarabi, let's watch him, or just Bayer. Let's watch what Bayer does. We have got the ball, so he's not gonna be marking anyone. But if we ever turn the ball over, I want to see what they do. It should be working correctly, but I want to double check, so I don't have to change it every single match because that's annoying. Sometimes I forget. Bellarabi gets a ball in. Schick wins it, but it gets saved by the goalkeeper, and it doesn't fall back to him. And another highlight here in the 36th minute, a deep free kick from Demirbay, looking for a bender, but it gets headed away. Todd's going to win it back, though. Plenty of men back to defend, so they wouldn't stand any chance on their counterattack from there. As Visor gets the ball, finds through the ball to Bellarabi. Can he do anything this game? He's on a 6.9, which is like basically an 8 for him. Sven Bender and Visor playing the ball between each other. Into Todd, back to Bender. Into Demirbay. Into Arias. I like how Demirbay kind of comes deep like that. As Bellarabi tries a shot with his left foot, but it goes over. That was always going over. Looks like that's going to be the final score at halftime. 2-0, or 1-0 to us. 2-0 on aggregate. They need 2 goals to get through, but if they get 2 goals, they do go through. So they've only had 2 shots. So if we can keep this going into the second half, don't get complacent. Things can turn around quickly in football. Don't let that happen. Bellarabi, stop it. I'm not going to say I'm furious. There's a lot more to come from you. He's motivated now. Good. Don't be demotivated by saying you need to not get complacent. Like, how are you demotivated from that? As Bellarabi finds the back of the net, our wingers, I told him I needed them to start playing well, and they both score against Istanbul Basaksehir. And we are 2-0 up, 3-0 on aggregate. Surely that's it. Surely they're not going to come back from that. Demirbay with a beautiful delivery in. Demirbay is just such a valuable player to this team. What he brings to this team is unmatched by anyone else. No one else in this team, no one else in this league probably can do what he does. So he's tired. We've played well. I don't think we need him any longer. I'll bring in Diaby, and I'll take off Visor. Bring in Timothy Fosu-Mensah. Go ahead. I'm not going to bring Wendell on because he sucks. I'd rather have Timothy Fosu-Mensah, even though he's also an awful player. But I haven't really given him a chance. Maybe he plays better on FM than his attributes look like, because his attributes look like a terrible player. But he could play better than that. I don't know. As I'm going to bring Schick off, give Mariano a little bit of game time. Also take Bellarabi off because he's tired. Bring on Paulinho. Get him some match sharpness. Looks like it's going to finish 2-0 to us on the day. A 3-0 victory over the two legs. Let's take off Arias. I need to switch him around. Fosu can go to the left wing back, and Wendell can go on the right wing back. How is Fosu? Oh, he got injured. It's like, how is he already tired? Potential lower leg injury. Run it off. And then, where is my left winger? Oh, I accidentally brought him on at central midfield. I meant to bring on Amiri, and I brought in Diaby. That's a mistake. There we go. Let's fix that around. Diaby's decent at central midfield too, or central attacking midfield too, apparently. So it's not the worst decision, but I could have made many worse mistakes than that. But I don't think it would have mattered. We didn't have a whole lot of game time left, and we're going to see this game out. We are through to the next round of the Europa League. We still have a chance of winning the competition. I'm going to say I'm happy with how this tie went. We won the first leg, then went on to finish the job here. A good professional result. Oh, I was worried going into that game. We had not been playing well, as Fosu is out 7 days to 2 weeks. We did get our youth intake. We got a pretty good player in Marcus Koenig, a left winger, 1.5-star ability right now, 4.5-star potential. He looks pretty decent. Like, he's not a crazy good wonder kid, but he's pretty dang good for 15 years old. And then Benjamin Appiah's got 3-star potential, but he's decent right now too. Decent pace, good passing, good attacking midfielder. So this is better as an inverted winger, but I guess with his pace, he'd probably be better as an inverted winger. Or just a winger, maybe. Will they automatically sign him? I'll recommend contract options unless you decide to reject my suggestions. I think he'll automatically sign him. It doesn't matter. Like, obviously, we're not going to need him because this save isn't going longer than one season. But let's advance to the next day. We have the Europa League semifinal draw on the next day. Let's see who we get. Hopefully, it's a relatively easy draw. Like, I would be fine with an easy route to the final. I'd be fine with an easy final as well, but I doubt that's going to happen. The Europa League draws today. Quarterfinal and the semifinal are both drawn. We get Copenhagen, Milan, Tottenham, Arsenal, Chelsea, Leicester, Roma. So we're aiming for Copenhagen. Please give me Copenhagen. Tottenham, Arsenal, and North London Derby in the Europa League. Wow. And we get Chelsea. Of freaking course we do. Probably the hardest team of the group. I would say it's probably the hardest team available. And we get them. Because of course we do. Now I have to do the semifinal draw. I want Copenhagen or Roma. That'd be great. Tottenham or Arsenal. So we're going to play an English team in the next 2 rounds if we go on. Fine. Probably have to play them eventually anyways, so whatever. I would have liked an easier draw, but seriously, if we could have got Roma, like, I think we could have beat Roma in the next round pretty comfortably. They're not very good either. Like, I don't think either of our teams are that good, so I don't expect us to get through against Chelsea, though. That's going to be probably a little bit too far for us. When is that game coming up? In a few days. Hoffenheim, Cologne. Might do Chelsea and Bayern Munich. Chelsea in the quarterfinal second leg, and then Bayern Munich, our home game, and then Bayern Munich away from home. That's going to be the game that probably the game that determines whether or not we finish second, because we don't face any of the other competitors for the top 4 spots, I don't think. So it's all going to come down to how we do against Bayern Munich. If we can get a draw, I think maybe we can finish second this season. If we lose, might be asking a bit too much, because Augsburg have been in such good form this season, and they beat us. So I think they beat us both times, or they drew with them the second time. We drew with them the other time. So yeah, not very good against them, but I'll see you next time for Chelsea and Bayern Munich. If you made it this far, why don't you like the video, subscribe, and click the bell. Links to all my socials are also in the description. I really appreciate all your support. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time.